The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Atlanta Falcons. We're just 2 steps away from the Super Bowl, and we're underway in this NFC Divisional matchup. Brings in the kick at the 9. He's brought down just inside the 25.
Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is first and 10. Taken right to the air. Has him on the quick hitter. And they will finally catch up to him in just a second before he could reach that 40. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
New set of downs from 37. Allen now on first down. Going the out route complete. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that is good enough for an Atlanta first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
Alert! Alert! Alert!
Operating from the gun. It's Allen. The right side, caught by Smith. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Again, Allen to the air. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. The rookie from Georgia has it. And he's going to score on the pick 6. Touchdown, Detroit.
Well, that is quite the tone setter and very different between the two sides. Offense, that's a disaster. But defensively, you've just lit the flame of emotion, and now you want to build on it. Wow.
Will Lutz now on for the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Lions will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Falcons nothing. Will Lutz set to
Now, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. He fields it from the 8. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Atlanta about ready to go now. First and 10. Back to the air. It's Allen after the pick. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. He'll get 16 yards on that play. And that's a Falcon first down. On the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive. He's got his man. That's Alec Pierce. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes teams break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and netted some positive yards.
Completed to his running back. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. Give him 5 on the play. And that is good enough for an Atlanta first down.
play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
First down throw for Allen. Finds him over the middle. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
2nd and 3 now. To the air again, Allen. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when, just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
On first down, Allen. And cut to the end zone for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Riley Patterson on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. On a more aggressive call on 2nd.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Another one for Gibbs. And they drop him with a big hit, but it's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. They gain 11 on that play, and the Lions have a first down.
You want to drain some of the excitements of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
Motion the tight end over. They give to Gibbs on the option. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Mayfield tucks it, starts running. First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And the stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. Give him 13 on that play. And that is good for a Detroit first down.
I call that a table setter right there. A table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play action pass to come.
1st and 10 from the 43.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! 180! Point it right, point it right, point it right. Scott!
And you just get the play off. He doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground. That'll do it for one quarter of this NFC Divisional Round matchup. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. They're advancing it well as they face second down. They'll pick the handoff. Now it's Mayfield. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up third down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Third down run by Gibbs. And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
All set now. First and 10.
Good. 180.
Again, it's Gibbs. Like the turnaround these last two plays, huh? Nice gain on one, and now they get him behind the line. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock him behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Escapes the pocket. Long towards running back, but he comes up empty, incomplete, and now they're facing third down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down.
Real. Good. 180.
To the air on third and long. Short pass brought in. And he eats a huge hit as he tries for the marker. Almost nothing after the catch that time, Brock. It's going to be fourth down. Will Lutz on to attempt the field goal. This 32 yards out. It's on the right hash. The kick by Lutz is good. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give him the lead.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Starting at the 10. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. First and 10. It's Allen out of the pistol. On the move, headed right. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
After the incompletion, second and 10 once again from the 20. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Caught for big yards on the right side. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. First down from the 42.
At the 42-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Allen. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game. That's one he knows he should have had. So second down coming up.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Deep down the right sideline, it's his running back making the catch. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. You don't get too many plays of that size in a game, and that flag takes away one of them. Their work doubly as difficult now after that holding call. It's second and 20.
319.
To throw again, it's Allen. Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Got to figure out this third down here. Here he goes, third and long. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Jack Campbell with the INT. And the Lions are going to have it back, and it's marked at the 38.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
On first down, it's Gibbs. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. The motion to tight end left. I'll toss it to Gibbs. He is stopped with authority there, but that stop came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that first down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
These running backs love getting into the open field, and the best of them, they're not even looking at the man right in front of them. They're looking at that next level to get a chunk run like that.
Option design here. And they're going to be set up at the 11 after that play. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Clock is ticked down. We've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in just a moment. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. So read here, and this is Dobbins. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Now the Lions calling a timeout. Their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. First down run netted them nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Baker now. Screen here for Gibbs. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
They've got 3 tight ends on this 1st and goal, thinking run or play action. Gibbs does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. Went in the wrong direction the last play. Need to get forward 3 yards here on 2nd and goal. Baker now from the gun. Caught out 1. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions grow their lead just before halftime. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdoam.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
Point after tries, goodbye, Lutz. And the Lions make it a 10-point ball game.
Falcons 7. Will Lutz.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Stop. Look out.
Back to work after throwing the pick. Catch made underneath, ball back. And he's going to get this one to the 36-yard line. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here.
Look out.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Allen now on first down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get home.
That's completed right side. They will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. First and 10. Here's Allen. Forced out to his right. Pass is caught at the 9. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Offense in position now. It's first and goal. Working inside the red zone. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining. Tough one to retain through that hit. It's second and goal.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
So the incompletion on first. Here's second and goal.
5 wide. Round 80.
Again, Allen to the air. And cut in the end zone for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons make it a one-score game before halftime. Patterson on for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Falcons cut it to a field goal game.
Falcons 14.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Return coming from the 6. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
At their own 20-yard line.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. Here's a design run. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Somebody is going to the NFC Championship game from this one. Let's find out who as our second half gets underway. Returning it from the 4. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's first and 10. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
What an excellent job there by the defense. Once he gets out on the move to be able to corral and contain him and not give up any yards. So often a unit can't keep that contained, and a play like that will go for a big gain.
Motioning the tight end now. Mayfield now from the gun. Throwing the out route complete. Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. A good hit, but sure would have loved for it to have come earlier as he gets forward a bunch and gets him the first down. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And the Lions have a first down. From the gun, Mayfield. Buys time, rolling right. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. So it's second down coming up. Throwing again is Baker. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That throw was looking for Brandon Ayuk. So they're left facing third and long.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Complete beyond the marker. Stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. Give him 13 on that play. And that is good for Detroit first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. They kick the running back in motion. Option give here. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Falcons side of the field. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. The handoff here for Gibbs on his own read. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
First down, Lions.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. One of the tight ends motions right. First down, and they go right back to him. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you called 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
That one's out and cut on the right side. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
He was brought down by Kalen Bullock. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 23-yard line.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Here's Mayfield. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Kings! Watch out!
3rd and long, they're going to throw. This one's caught, Smith has it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looks like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. Gibbs now from the gun. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. And after this play, there's a Lion out there who got the worst of it. He's in some discomfort as they head out to check on him. Second down now. They need 7.
Point it right. Good. Hey, alert, 180.
To throw to Mayfield. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack may change the next play call as it sends them backwards ahead of 3rd down.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Jordan battle with the INT. And the Falcons are stopped a little beyond the 10-yard line on the return. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
And the Lions are there to bring him down. It's a sack on 1st down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on 2nd.
You know, when we watch Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10 because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
We're down to 1 quarter to play in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. The Falcons have the football playing for their season here. They're trailing. Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is 2nd and 16. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. He throws a bullet to this. He's got it deep downfield. And he's down to almost, nope, actually going to give him the 30 here. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that could stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes. And what a difference it can make for an offense.
On 1st down, Allen. Flush down out to his left. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Allen on 3rd down. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Here's Riley Patterson. A lot riding on this field goal try. Kicked well, and this is good! And in the 4th quarter, that's going to tie the game.
We're barely into this quarter, Kate, and already a tied game. A whole new game. Starting from this point, every single possession will be a premium.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. Hand off to the tight end. This drive's going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Putting a receiver in motion.
180! Stop!
That's complete right side. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They get 6 and a first down as well.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. Enough to Gibbs from the gun. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Well, Kate, a 2-yard run on first down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. You're going to have to pick up the pace.
At the 40-yard line.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Throwing, Baker. They'll set up the screen. It's Williams. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Lions have a first down.
So critical, Kate, on those receiver screens to get that ball out with great precision. You don't want that receiver thinking about anything but navigating the blocks in front of him. That's well done by everybody.
Quick to the left, it's caught. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook is wide open.
Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4. A give left side for Gibbs. Sharp running here. He's past the 30. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. Baker now from the gun. Here's back, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Dude, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Baker now off the play fake. Has it at the 7. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Could take the lead with a field goal, Brock, but thinking touchdown here as they get set up 1st and goal. From the red zone on 1st. Finds Gibbs out of the backfield. And that play is brought to a halt. They're going to say at the 5-yard line. So timeout comes in. Looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. Second and goal coming up. 5 yards to the end zone. Motion the slot man right. The give here to the motion man. And he's in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions take a fourth-quarter lead. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. That one right down the middle. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7.
Set to kick off.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. He'll take this at the 10. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Working from the gun, it's Allen. That's Smith on the slant. And they're going to touch him down as they line up with a nice gain on that play, and they got a new set of downs, too.
And the Falcons, first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From the 40-yard line now, this is first and 10.
Tight. Look out.
Allen. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they get this down to the 44 before he stops. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Setting up to pass. Well, right side, caught by Smith. Going the other way, Lions have it. Only a little bit of a run after he recovered the fumble, but they're